Cam Weingrick, their second leading scorer in terms of goals. Passes it back out. Number 5, Jordan Vincente. Vincente carries. Moving over to the right side, staggering, picked up. Throws it behind the net. Cradle towards the front, shot coming, save made by the Colorado goaltender. And that goaltender for the Buffaloes, as this ball is finally picked up off the rebound, is number 9, Russell Riley, who played pretty solidly despite allowing 11 goals against ASU. There was a lot of zone time for the Sun Devils in that last game the Buffaloes played. Upfield, the Buffaloes have it. Ben Pollitt's on the right side for the Buffaloes. Down the right for Jack Polk. Polk will swing it around and bring it to the top of the formation where Davis Barker controls for Colorado, moving towards the net. Barker puts a shot on, and it's saved by Grand Canyon's goaltender, number 48, and that is Brad Humkup. Moving forward, back the other way, Grand Canyon with a nice run and a shot that goes wide off the stick of Weston Gottuso. Beautiful day in Boulder, Colorado, about 62 degrees, partially cloudy, a lot of sun, high sky, as we like to say in baseball. Moving forward, the Colorado Buffaloes into the zone. Right side controlling is Ben Willows. Throws it to the right. Polk with a shot, saved by the goaltender. Polk will pick up the rebound, or at least attempt to, and finally controls. Pulls it back out. They'll slow it up. Barker, left side. Again, Willows with a nice move, spins. Trying to body up his defender. Willows with a powerful move to get to the right side wing, and they'll throw it behind the net. Colorado still swinging it around, and a whistle comes. One of the referees goes to check out with the scores table what was going on there. Our referees for today. Referee is David Pratt. Umpire James Reed, and the field judge is David Ellsworth. Expecting a high of 68, wind about 9 miles an hour, zero precipitation expected, about a humidity of 25%. Both these teams play in the desert, obviously Grand Canyon coming from Arizona, Colorado, right here in Boulder, Colorado. Buffaloes around the perimeter, 12:30 left in the first quarter. It's a scoreless game thus far. Buffs working on their second offensive possession. Throwing it to the left side, and Grand Canyon breaks up a pass, picks up the ball. Player evades a check and then moves into the attacking zone. Grand Canyon pulls back out. It's Kyle Cruz. Right side now, 23. Kyan Peterson with it. He leads the team in points. He's tied for the lead in points, co-leader. 24 on the year. Slows it up, passes to the man trailing. Like those cleats on him. Pink cleats on number 32 for Grand Canyon, Logan Phillips. Those pink cleats will look for a pass. Phillips holds up. Running around by the Pac-12 logo there on the far side. Colorado Women's Lacrosse playing in the Pac-12. Right side, Grand Canyon, spin move. They're trying to create a shot lane right there, and the shot comes, and it goes in off the bounce over Russell Riley's head, off the stick of number 10, Cody Clark. Clark, the 5'11", 165-pound junior attacker from British Columbia. Makes it a 1-0 game with 11:24 left in the first quarter. Buffaloes will look to even the gap. They struggled with face-offs last week. ASU seemed to play a bit more physical, but Colorado did escape with the win. Grand Canyon wins this forward again. They'll pass it backwards, and at midfield, number 5, Jordan Vicente controls. Vicente with some speed. The shot saved by Russell Riley with the big goalkeeper's stick. Into the forward zone, Tevin Hamlet. Passes it back. Brock Neuenbauer. Seeing the first time the ball today for Neuenbauer, the right side. He passes over to a teammate. The shot goes wide from John Roach. Undersized myself. 10:49 left in the first. 30-second penalty for offsides. Goes against Grand Canyon's number 15, Kyle Cruz. And Colorado has a man up for 30 seconds with 10:49 left in the first. Start from behind the net, right side. Buffalo's looking for that angle. Passing it around, up top. Ben Willows with it. Throws to the left. Down low in the corner. Back out Escuela. Willows, Escuela. One more pass. 5 seconds left on the man up. Willows. His pass in, and the cut by Colorado not executed to the way they would have liked, and Grand Canyon takes this ball over from the Buffaloes as it heads out of bounds. Lopes advancing through midfield. Two Colorado players stifle the Grand Canyon Lope. But a nice back pass and then into the forward zone on the run. Number 15, Kyle Cruz, just picked up that penalty. Can he make up for that? Pass it up for the time being. Grand Canyon makes a change. Cyan Peterson controls. Cam Welter joins the play. Head coach Manny Rapkin calling a play from the sidelines. Lopes get doubled as they go towards the bottom, and they keep getting forced back up top. With a shot, Russell safe off his left. But it does feel good to not let that ball get past you. 9:15 left in the first. Cam Welter with the ball. Welter, left side for the Lopes. Passes behind the net. Lopes trying to create an angle down low. They do it up high. Shot goes in! A rocket from Cam Weingrick. The second leading goal scorer of Grand Canyon was left wide open up top. And he makes it 2-0 for the Lopes with 8:58 left in the first. Colorado went down 2-0 in their game last week against Arizona State before scoring 4 unanswered goals. Arizona State came back and tied it to push it to overtime, but Colorado ended up winning that game. But the point being, Colorado has been in this position twice now, and Grand Canyon's not a team that scores that many goals. They lost 6-7 at Colorado State on Thursday. That's their only loss on the year, so maybe they don't like this altitude. I don't know what it is, but it's not showing up today. Good start for the Lopes. They win this face-off too. Cruz, left side. He'll ship up. And Cruz heads back to shore. Cyan Peterson slowing up. Grand Canyon keeps running plays about 10 feet away from the net onto the right and left sides, creating shot angles up top. Peterson still controlling, passes up to a teammate. And a good defensive play by Colorado. Unjars the ball. Grand Canyon will get it right back. Cody Clark picks it up. Back to Cruz. Cruz will be touched by Jackson Marlowe. Players change. Confusion for a brief second, but calms down. Phillips. dancing around. Way out. Weinrich. Down low, Grand Canyon, now behind the net. Peterson. To the left of the goalkeeper and then back out. Long possession here for the Lopes. Clark gets a screen. Clark towards the net. He's got a shot lane and it goes in. You saw that one coming just as I called before this play started with 7:08. Grand Canyon makes it 3-0 off the stick of Cody Clark. About 15 feet off on the left or right side. Grand Canyon keeps running these screen plays. And that's what's getting them open with these shot lanes. Colorado holding a brief conference there in front of their goalkeeper. Finally got the lift up and running. That's why you saw the camera angle change there. So either way, Buffs down 3-0 with 7:08 left in the first quarter. Face-off is whistled down, and Grand Canyon will control. Visante. Lopes taking letting this possession elope. Snowbarger. Cooper Snowbarger with the ball. Gets checked off. Behind the net. Grand Canyon attacks towards it. Colorado breaks it up. Picked up by Marlowe. And Marlowe with a spin move in his own corner throws it towards the middle of the field to go behind the net. Dangerous pass, but it's executed by Colorado and into the attacking zone for the first time in a long time with 6:12 left in the first. Pollitt's down the right side, passes to a teammate, back out. Colorado tries to set up top in the form of Jack Polk. Coolis with it. Left side, Wharton, leading goal scorer for Colorado. Neuenbauer now to the left side for 24 Coolis. Coolis, Neuenbauer picks it up now the right side. Neuenbauer on the run. Throws it back behind the net. Buffs attacking in a goal. A sweet one from John Roach. Maybe using that little frame to an advantage as he snuck out in front of the net and threw it back behind it. Putting it past number 48 of the Grand Canyon team, their goalkeeper, Brad Hookham. First goal for Colorado makes it a 3-1 game with 5:26 left in the first quarter. Big goal to get some momentum back on their side. Not as many fans as normal for a Buffaloes game, even despite the weekend. Like I said, it's spring break on campus, so a lot of these guys' buddies are out of town. Loose ball off the face-off. Grand Canyon, seeming to get every loose ball tonight, picks up another loose ball. Weston Gattuso. Pass backed out. Weingrook. Peterson. Steps in, then steps out. Regrouping, Peterson with a bad pass, but teammate makes up for it, picks it up. It's Logan Phillips. Lots of instruction from the Grand Canyon side. Warts. Slow with it here. Right side now moves in. Passes it back and Grand Canyon gets it going. Spin move, left side. No shot towards the net of Russell Riley. Grand Canyon plays on, shot from far out, hits a teammate behind the net as it goes wide, and picked up there by Cody Clark. Right back to his teammate. Grand Canyon shooting a lot of shots straight on. Phillips slows up. More instructions coming from Rapkin on the sidelines of the Lopes. Phillips moves in behind the net. They toss it out. Clark thought about shooting. Instead passes it up. Warts. Again to the right side. Grand Canyon sets up a pick. Cruz towards the net. Steps back out. Teammate grabs it, pops it, and a block comes from number 27 of the Buffaloes, Nick Crotrell, and that was sacrificing the body to make a play. 3:11 left in the first, 3-1. Grand Canyon leading with the ball. Two 6-1 teams. Who blinks first? Spin move behind the net. Lopes pass it up. Cruz towards it, shoots, and a flag comes. This one will go against the Buffaloes. Be a holding call. 30-second call against Paulitz. And with 2:50, Grand Canyon has the man up. Clark, left side Phillips, behind the net. Peterson, right up top, shot, blocked out in front by a Buffaloes defenseman. Picked up and then stolen. Stick comes free. Galen Sloss was not happy about that. Back to even strength. Nice play on the defensive end by the Buffaloes, number 5. Blake Sandman stealing it away. And Sandman gets it right back. Pass up field. Galen Sloss, right side over the Pac-12 logo. Spins up. You can see the gold on his helmet, the reflection from the sun. Davis Barker. Up top to the 5'10" Willows. Passes it out in front. Weird play. And it ends up loose in the corner behind the net. And still being fought for. Came to see a lacrosse game, not a game of pinball, but seems like Colorado's won this round. Right side, nice juke move there. Shot goes wide from number 29, John Roach. Went to Wheat Ridge High School from Westminster. Barker, left side for 36 of the Buffaloes, and a shot goes just wide. 1 minute left in the first quarter. Grand Canyon with the ball, up 2. They step into the midfield, over the midfield line into the attacking zone, and a goal. As easy as it comes, number 5, Jordan Visante, like a hot knife through butter through the Colorado Buffaloes defense, makes it a 3-goal lead once more for the Lopes at 4-1 with 52 seconds left in the first quarter. And you hear the fans cheering to my left. I don't know if you heard what they said, but get the ground ball. Exactly. The Buffs have not gotten those loose balls. You'd like to see them pick up the effort a bit here. Seems like they're just having some lapses. Be big if they could get a goal going into the second quarter, get some momentum. Face-off finally won by Colorado. First one of the afternoon. Cruz to the right side. I'm sorry, that's the Buffalo. Wrong roster. Snow and grass. Up top, Buffaloes pass it around. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Pass out in front on a high-low play, broken up, and Grand Canyon's goalie will see this go out of bounds. Buffaloes pick it up. 25.9 to work with. See if they can get a shot. Neuenbauer up top now to the left side. Shot, save there, and a beauty from Brad Holcomb. It's a great shot from John Roach. Into the attacking zone, 6 seconds left. Jackson Marlowe breaks up this play, spins his attacker off the ball, and this will end the first quarter. 4-1 Grand Canyon leads after one. I'm Jake Shapiro for Buff Sports Live. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Back for the second quarter of action here on Buff Sports Live between Colorado and Grand Canyon. Colorado winning the faceoff to start the quarter, but quickly with a bad pass and a turnover, Grand Canyon now takes control. 4-1 they lead. 3 goals to start the game. Buffs made it 3-1, and then Grand Canyon scored with 52 seconds left in the quarter. Buffs up top. Left side, Roach. Stepping towards the middle. The speedy, small player, John Roach. Down low and then in front, Wharton powers into a player. Takes it back out behind the net. Wharton looking for some space, stepping in again, and then passes up to Davis Barker. And another turnover picked up by the long stick of Angelo Abante. 6'2" Abante passes it up to the right side for the big 33, Cam Weinkrug. Grand Canyon certainly does have some size to them. Kyle Cruz has had the ball more than any other player in this game. Will pass it up to the left side. Teammate passes it over to Spencer Tate. Cam Welter, the junior. Moves to the left side. Then behind the net. They pass it around and to the right. Trying to create a shot lane. Big check comes there from the Buffaloes. Unjars the puck. The ball. Comes to the mid zone and picked up again by Grand Canyon. Weinkrug, right side. Pass it around far side of the field. Way away from us, Logan Phillips. .12:24 left in the second quarter between these two 6-1 club lacrosse teams. Phillips taking his dear sweet time, way out there, picked up by Polk. Thrown around. Right side Weinkrug to the middle. Pass, which is tipped, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Grand Canyon. Quick pass to Peterson. Defended by Reno. Around into the left side. And a powerful shot from Cody Clark makes it a 5-1 game. Up high, had the chance to step into it. And that's his second goal of the game. He's the leading point getter and leading goal scorer for Grand Canyon. Had all the time in the world to dance. Stepped into the shot and threw it high past Russell Riley. It's now a 5-1 game. From Cody Clark, make it a 5. And we've seen Riley make a couple good saves down low today, off of his legs even at times, but struggling with the high shots this afternoon. 5'11" goaltender out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, as Grand Canyon controls yet another face-off. Buffs applying a bit more pressure through the midfield as Grand Canyon advances it. Kyle Cruz stepping in over the Pac-12 logo and then back into the corner. The defense is yelling at the offense of the Lopes to take their time. Buffs need to apply more pressure here to the Grand Canyon Lopes. Do so on the left side. Does create some space for a brief second for Logan Phillips. Phillips far on that far side wing. Will throw it back to Welter, who assumes Phillips' position. Right side now for Peterson. He steps in, shot, and it goes in once again high, beating Russell Riley. And Peterson makes this a 5-goal lead for Grand Canyon, 6-1 with 10:29 left in the second quarter. Timeout, Colorado. John Galvin will get the troops regrouped as the Buffs are really in a tough spot here. While we have this quick break, let me tell you about Buff Sports Live. We're the weekly Colorado sports TV show. Been running for 25 years on the campus of CU Boulder every Friday at 4:15 on buffsports.live, online or at YouTube at Buff Sports Live, with recaps of the week in sports and preview of the next week of sports. This week we had exclusive recaps from the spring showcase from the football field, as well as some content on the Pac-12 Conference's struggles in basketball this year at March Madness, and why the women's programs in the Conference of Champions have done so much better, including a very successful year of Lacrosse in their inaugural season of the Pac-12. The Colorado Buffaloes doing well thus far on the lacrosse field, led by Kelsey Garrison, also a member of Buff Sports Live. 6-1, Grand Canyon leading. The inverse of both these teams' records. So I guess if you're a Grand Canyon fan, it would be 6-1, and yeah, they have a 6-1 record. Colorado down 1-6, and they have a 6-1 record. Up here at elevation, 5,345 feet of Rocky Mountain, high altitude. Colorado not using those extra red blood cells to get to balls today. They've been a little lackadaisical in the loose ball department. Hold against Colorado will give Grand Canyon the possession again. Visante, another big-bodied player, 6'4", from California, spins on the right side, using that big frame. Brief second had a shot lane on Polk. He'll pass it up around the net, far side. Clark, who has 2 goals already, will pass this one up. And Colorado forced a loose ball, couldn't jump on that. Left side, shot, and a save off the leg of number 9, Russell Riley. Loose ball to the left side into the attack zone, and a bad pass by John Roach, intercepted by one of the long sticks. That was number 7, Josh Gruel. Grand Canyon right back on their attack half of the field. Watch those Cody Clark shots. He's already seeking the hat trick with 9:20 before the intermission. Rapkin slows his team down, barking out the controls and commands. To the left side, Welter. Around behind the net. Passed up, loose ball coming. Picked right back up by Phillips of the Lopes. Down the left side with speed. Lopes attacking the net. Picked up again by Grand Canyon. Cruz resets. And Welter obliges his coach. Sun peeks behind a cloud as Grand Canyon gets ready to attack back on offense again. Welter to the right side. Weingrupp. Stick in his belly. Doesn't want to shoot with the stick there. Phillips gets a screen from one of his teammates, Cruz. To the right side, Phillips with a shifty shot over the shoulder. Not the best shot in the world, but Grand Canyon maintains possession. Went right over the shoulder of Ben Politz. Politz was expecting a wide shot, but instead kept it close to the body. Phillips way out on that far side where it reads Colorado on the field. Phillips, the right side, quick pass inside, loose ball, picked right back up by Grand Canyon. Cyan Peterson resets. Seems like that's what Grand Canyon does. A few seconds of attack, reset, attack again, here it comes. Lopes, right side, juke move towards the center. Peterson with the pass, shot, saved by Riley. And the rebound comes out, picked up by Riley. Buffs advancing on the near side. Ekadal. Big check there from Politz. Politz maintains. Escuela near the loose ball, and Colorado keeps possession. Escueda to a teammate, Davis Barker. Barker behind the cage. Left side, Polk. Nice move. Jukes his defender out of his shoes. Now Polk shoots. It goes wide. Sure, if Jack Polk completed that one, it would have been the Buff Sports Live Play of the Week. Unable to unload in the right area. Davis Barker, right side for Kyan Reno. Reno down low, behind the cage. Wharton with a quick stuff shot attempt, and he's held up in front of the net, and the referees will keep it with Colorado. Watch John Roach behind the net here. Roach pops out, ball on the left side, picked up by number 18 Reno. In front, quick shot, never got to the net. And Wharton picks up the loose ball. Colorado with a bit of a flurry here. Right side, Willows. He wants to shoot. Willows with a pass instead across the net mouth, and it was towards Wharton. He never got it, but another whistle comes against Grand Canyon. Colorado takes it right back. Escueda controls. Reno, right side, Barker. Reno again. One of the bigger bodies for Colorado. Willows picks it up, and his pass over to a teammate was high, and Grand Canyon takes advantage with 5:15 left in the second quarter. 6-1 the score in favor of the Lopes. Loose ball through the middle, goes through a couple Colorado sticks, and finally the Buffaloes will pick it up in their own half. Tough position right in front of us here, and a whistle goes against the Lopes. Babin. Cottrell over the midfield line. Cottrell left side, Wharton towards the net. Wharton with a shot and a goal. Wharton with a few jukes puts it high past the goalie of Grand Canyon and makes it a 4-goal game. 6-2, Colorado trailing with 4:45 left in the second. Wharton hoping to spark a Buffaloes comeback. Buffs not wasting any time when they get into the attack zone. Time being wasted in their defensive zone, with Grand Canyon taking a lot of time with all their possessions. Colorado attacking very quickly. Face-off will be won forward by Grand Canyon, as we've seen so many times this afternoon. Visante, he's got one already. Looking towards the net, will stagger step away from it. Left side, shot wide from Cody Clark. They'll stay with Grand Canyon as it headed out of bounds. Warts on the far side. Front of the Grand Canyon bench. Manny Rapkin right in front of him, or right behind him rather, giving him some instructions. Grand Canyon controlling the ball for minutes at a time. They've already had it for a minute here. Colorado with a steal. Over the midfield line, Paulitz. To the left. Stepping in. A shot. It goes wide. Neuenbauer just couldn't get that off. They say it was tipped, so it'll be Grand Canyon ball. And 3:30 left in the second. Right there, perfect example. Colorado had the ball for 15 seconds after Grand Canyon controlled for 1:15. Left side shot blocked by Neuenbauer, and it hit him in the head. Brock Neuenbauer down. He's going to run off the field. That couldn't have felt too good. I've never been hit in the head with a lacrosse ball, but I can tell you I don't want to be. Not a position I envy. The one Neuenbauer is in as he steps towards the bench. Thankfully, he's got the helmet strapped on. Grand Canyon controls the ball once more. The timeout comes from Manny Rapkin. After the timeout, Grand Canyon maintains possession 6-2. The Lopes lead the Buffaloes. 2:57 left before we hit the halftime break. Clock will begin to run. Welter, far side, towards the net. And around. Sloss takes a stick, then to the left side in the attacking zone. Galen Sloss, the 6-foot midfielder from Santa Cruz, California. Give it around. 130 seconds before we hit the halftime break. Left side, here's the shot, and it goes high of the goalkeeper. Paulitz had the angle, but I think chose incorrectly on the shot. Right side, Neuenbauer, good to see him back in the game. Brock Neuenbauer spins, his shot bounces away from the net. Hundred seconds left in the quarter. Colorado trailing by 4. Neuenbauer stepping towards the middle. Miscommunication on the pass with Koulis, who has to regroup. Neuenbauer gets a screen from Koulis. Behind the net. Far side on the spin, and now behind the cage once more. Neuenbauer dancing around. Neuenbauer setting up on the defenseman and loses the ball. Picked up right back by number 8, DJ Hazel. Colorado takes a loose ball. Quick pass over to the far side. Colorado works into the offensive zone with 50 seconds left in the quarter. And a timeout comes for John Galvin's group. This could be a big opportunity for Colorado to make it 6-3 right before the end of the quarter. We saw Grand Canyon score a goal before the end of the first quarter, really carried the momentum into this quarter, and it's been all Grand Canyon. Anything the Buffs can do to have someone to hang their hat on as they head towards halftime. Probably put their best group out there as well for this one offensive possession. I wonder if the plan is to attack right away or to take some time and do what Grand Canyon's done so often in this one. And we're set with 49 seconds left in the second quarter. Brad Holcomb hasn't faced much work in that Lopes net this afternoon yet. Davis Barker, left side for Reno. Back out 29, Roach with a shot and a goal. This side angle shot from John Roach sneaks it past the goalkeeper, Brad Holcomb, and makes it 6-3 with 40 seconds left in the first half. And now all of a sudden, Colorado has an opportunity to score again if they can control this face-off. Be a big swing of events here, that goal. The all-important face-off. Buffs have really struggled on the face-offs in the first half. One forward again by Grand Canyon. Momentum on their side. And a quick shot, and the Buffs lose anything they just gained as Ryan Hessen puts it in the back of the net and makes it 7-3. Grand Canyon already has more goals than they scored Thursday in an overtime game against Colorado State. And we're in the first half here in Boulder. Face-off finally won by Colorado. Got 30 seconds to work with. Marlowe. I'm sorry, that's Wharton. Wharton down low for 22, Escuela. Escuela with a quick shot, bounces wide, and Colorado will have 13 seconds here. And Grand Canyon calls a timeout. Buffs may be able to set up a play here. They scored quickly last time out of the timeout. 13.3 to work with. Ball needs to be over the goal line before time expires to count as a goal in lacrosse. Buffs break the huddle. Buffs will have number 30, Woolley Gettinger, start with the ball on the near side. Over the Colorado script, 13 to work with. Steps in to the right side for the Buffaloes. Koulis back out. Neuenbauer. Fans want to slash. Loose ball, and that will end the first half of play. 7-3 after one. Grand Canyon leading Colorado here in Boulder. We'll be back for the second half of action on Buff Sports Live. Back on Buff Sports Live for the second half of action between the Colorado Buffaloes and Grand Canyon Lopes. These two teams at 6-1, each in the win-loss column. And in the score column today, Grand Canyon 7-3. They lead the Buffaloes after one half of play on the back of one of their leading scorers, number 10, Cody Clark, who's got 2. Colorado's picked up 2 goals from John Roach. And Grand Canyon's won just about every face-off in this game. They pushed it forward. Colorado picked up the loose ball. They have struggled with loose balls all game. Russell Riley in his own net goes to the far side as the Buffs advance on the far side, now to the near side. Blake Sandman, he's got one of the long sticks. He'll slow it up. Colorado against a passive Grand Canyon team through the midfield line. Left side, Buffaloes. Spinning out with it. Throw it to Davis Barker. Barker, the 6'3" senior from Highlands Ranch. Back to number 29, John Roach. Roach, the 5'5" forward, steps in and scores. Beats the goalkeeper low. Roach just snuck it in, and Roach has a hat trick. Buffs make it a 3-goal game to start the second half. 7-3, Grand Canyon leading with 14:12 left in the third quarter. Big goal by John Roach. You know, in basketball or hockey, when you hit a big shot or score a big goal right before or right after a break, it really does swing momentum. I'm sure it does too in lacrosse, as you can see a pep in the step of the Colorado Buffaloes as they take their positions for this face-off. Face-off being fought for. Broderick Vitale. Admirable effort that time, but Grand Canyon comes away with it and a flag flies. Stepping in. Good pass to the middle, but the Lopes have to step out. Cal Cruz will settle it down. Delayed penalty will be a slash against the Buffs. Peterson. Controlling and just holding with it. Grand Canyon getting all set up. They've done this almost every time they've had the ball. No quick shots out of the Lopes. Stepping in, left side, far side, and great passing there. Broken up right before it could be put on net, and now the flag will fly and we'll get the call. Hold will go against the Buffs, not a slash on Ben Politz. It'll go for 30 seconds. Grand Canyon, a man up for 30 seconds, 13-17 in the third. Up 3 goals. You have to watch number 10, Cody Clark, who seems to get free in these situations and just rifle it towards the net. There he has the ball right now, and they'll throw it to the right side for Welter. Left side again, and now behind for Cruz. Cruz steps out in front. Clark pops out to the left side. Ball squirts free, picked up by Russell Riley, and Marlowe will control. Long stick over the midfield line to the right side, and a bad pass as they try to reach. Number 29, John Roach, goes out of bounds. Grand Canyon gets the ball right back. 5 seconds left, and the man up for the Lopes, and the referees will restart this play. Even strength now. Logan Phillips up top. Cyan Peterson. Left side, Peterson. Pick it up. Throw it around. The far side. Good stick there. Unjars it from Cruz. He'll keep it, and take it back out. Grand Canyon now behind the net. Peterson still with it. Quick pass, ends up all the way in the defensive zone. And Colorado controlling now. On the run, here come the Buffaloes towards the net, and the shot goes wide from Galen Sloss. Maybe a bit too anxious there from the Buffaloes. Zane Larson takes a check. Larson, a stick, goes down, keeps the ball. And a timeout comes from Manny Rapkin. Use the first timeout of each half to tell you about Buff Sports Live, the weekly TV show that covers Colorado athletics from club to Division I NCAA. We have it all. 4:15 on Fridays is when we air on Boulder Channel 63, buffsports.live, and Buff Sports Live on YouTube. You can also check out our Twitter account, which is @BuffSportsLive. Tweet out exclusive features, behind-the-scenes looks at our shows, and, of course, lacrosse, hockey broadcasts, post-games of the Division I sports, and much, much more. Fans have settled in here, about 150, 200 people this afternoon at Kittredge Field in Boulder, Colorado, checking out the action. The 40th parallel, the foot of the Flatirons. People's Republic of Boulder. Spring break started yesterday for the students. So instead of hitting the books after the game, these Colorado Buffaloes will hopefully maybe hit a burger or two. Take a break, but they're hoping it'll be a celebratory burger. Down 3, 11:22 left in the third quarter. Grand Canyon with the ball. Near side right in front of us, number 2 with it. That's Harrison Warts. Warts spins out of a check. Left side. Through mid. Now behind the net. Kyle Cruz. On the main line, Cruz passes it back out. Kyan Peterson will take it over the Ralphie Head logo and relax. Peterson moving towards the net, left side. Back up and to the left again. Cody Clark looking for a shot lane, can't get it. Takes a few sticks. Clark now towards the middle, right side. Pass inside, shot goes wide from Cam Weingruck. Phillips attacking for the Lopes. Players communicating, a lot of talk on the field now. Next goal will be a big one, either going to be a 2-goal game or a 4-goal game. Warts spins on the right side, staggers, slows up, and regroups. Kyan Peterson gets a screen. Peterson stops about 15 feet away from the net. Back out to Warts, moving towards the left. Switches hands on his stick, then passes it up. Clark now. One hand on the stick. Winds up. Bounces it and saved by Russell Riley to the applause of many fans in the stands. Politz, near side, over the Pac-12 logo. Gives it to Polk. Moves it over to the center for Davis Barker. Here it comes. Colorado with a shot, and a stick breaks in half. John Roach, using all that power to push it towards the net, instead broke someone's stick. Referee cleans it up. Nine minutes left in the third. John Galvin talking to his team on the right side of the field. Buffs working left to right here in black, white, black. Davis Barker. Barker spins, shoots, and scores! The quick, bit of a secret shot under the legs of the Grand Canyon goaltender makes it a 2-goal lead for the Grand Canyon Lopes. 7-5 with 8:48 left in the third quarter. That one was pretty from Davis Barker, the senior out of Mountain Vista High School. Buffaloes are riding some momentum here. Big draw again. Refs will whistle it good. Grand Canyon wins it forward once more. Near side, bad pass, Grand Canyon. And it goes out of bounds, Colorado. Could take advantage here. Marlowe picks it up for the Buffaloes. Passes back to Russell Riley, the goaltender for the Buffaloes. Far side now for Blake Sandman. Politz on the pass over the midfield line. Willie Grettinger. Down low, right side. Back up, Colorado. Roach passes it up to the middle. Roach again. Passes behind the net to Neuenbauer. Neuenbauer, Roach. Switch spots, Roach pops out in front, puts it in the back of the net, and Johnny Roach has the hat trick and one more, a 4-goal game thus far, and makes it 7-6. Cutting this Grand Canyon lead to 1 with 8:04 left in the third as the Buffaloes have really heated up on this spring afternoon in Boulder.
Let's go, White. They're in altitude. You're half. They're in altitude. Let's go. Let's go, White.
Altitude may be having an effect on Grand Canyon. They lost 7-6 to CSU on Thursday night. From Fort Collins to Boulder now, their lead has been cut to 7-6, once stood at more than 3 goals. Right side shot quickly, and it ends up in the back of the net. Again, another high shot from Grand Canyon beats Russell Riley. That one off the stick of 23, Kyan Peterson. His second goal of the game from the leading point getter, co-leader for the Lopes, and makes it a 2-goal game. Maybe Riley was a bit surprised to see a shot so quickly after the Lopes have taken their time on most possessions. Either way, wants that one back. Face-off won by Grand Canyon. Still loose. Buffs take it away. And a whistle comes against Colorado. It was a pushing call. Looked like a good one. Fans didn't like it. Cruz. Phillips. Down low behind the net. Cruz. Back out on the pass to Welter. Welter slows up, moves over to the near side. He'll attack from there. Welter steps in a few times, then steps back out, backtracks. Around, left side, shot, blocked there by the Buffaloes defenseman Politz. That one was a heavy, heavy shot by Logan Phillips. Blocked by Ben Politz. He'll make his way over to the bench. Grand Canyon starts out with it again. Cruz takes a few hits from Marlowe. Welter. Down low. Spinning with it behind the net is Kai and Peterson. Right side, passed up to the middle. They're looking for that Phillips shot. Instead, the player in the middle takes it. That was Weingrick. Great shot or pass fake there from Weingrick to Phillips. Opened up that shot lane. Couldn't execute as that shot goes wide. And look for them to keep shooting high as it's been successful. Cody Clark, near side. Down to Phillips. Phillips retreats. They're trying to force him to the left side. Phillips takes a hit. Ball comes free, and CU takes advantage. Sloss, upfield. Babin, slow it down. Sloss, back to Polk. Here comes Jack Polk. Looking to cut the GCU lead in half. Polk out in front, shot, goes wide. Look came from Carter Escueda. Sloss passes it to Willows. Moves outside then inside. Willows working to the left, shoots, scores. Sweet little maneuver by Willows, cuts the Lopes lead in half with 5:01 left in the third. It's 8-7 Grand Canyon. These face-offs, further we get into the game, the more important they become. Colorado has really heated up here. Last time they scored, though, they let a quick goal up to Grand Canyon. Can't let that happen now. Seems like the Buffs have really settled in defensively as this game has moved along, and their offense has gotten going. Grand Canyon wins it forward on the run. Vincente spins away from a check. Vincente moves in. Shot right side, goes wide and up the street. Let's see how far this travels. Hits a curb and ends up by a fire hydrant. Back to the game. 4:28 left in the third. Grand Canyon with possession. Warrants right here in front of us. The near side with the black and purple jersey. Reminds me more of the Boulder High Panthers jerseys than anything else. Warrants. Back out, Peterson. Down low, Cody Clark. It's been quiet after a good first quarter. Clark steps in front. shot never got to the net, and Grand Canyon will chase it out of bounds. Lopes will retain. Spencer Tate behind the net with the ball for the Lopes. Now Cody Clark. He steps around. Back out. Nice pass there. Shot goes wide. Another great passing play by GCU from Cam Weingrick. Faked the pass inside. Shifted his stick. Buffs didn't see it coming. Tossed it back. I don't think his player expected it either. And Marlowe's attempting to break this play up all by himself between two GCU players. A flag comes down. And we'll see what the call is. Be a slash against Marlowe, it looks like. That one I don't think you mind too much. It's a lot of effort out of Jackson Marlowe. And as I say that, it's a double. It's a minute-long penalty, so maybe that is a rough penalty. Man up, GCU. Big moment in the game with 3:18 left in the third quarter. 18 minutes left in regulation. Here's some barking from the Canine fans in this one as the Lopes take possession behind the net. Left side, good passing play developing. Cody Clark with a shot and a goal. High to the right side over the left hand of Russell Riley as he stands and looks in disbelief as it's a play over and over again from Russell Riley that he cannot stop the high shot. And Cody Clark picks up his hat-trick goal as it's 9-7 Lopes. And they take advantage of the man up off the penalty from Jackson Marlowe. Game's also on the Grand Canyon live stream and Lacrosse Talk Radio. Of course, we've got it for you on Buff Sports Live. I'm Jake Shapiro. 2-goal lead for Grand Canyon. 2:55 left in the third. Colorado takes control of the ball off the face-off. They move down the left side. Davis Barker back out. Willows passes it behind the net. Good reception there from Snowingrass. Christian Snowingrass. Ball bounces away from him, still has it somehow, gives it over to Polk, and a timeout comes for John Galvin's group with 2:31 left in the third quarter.
Also, these teams are in the MCLA, Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association Division I. This is very high-level lacrosse here in the country, and we're very fortunate to have these two teams here playing. The national championships will be in Utah this year in May.
(9-7) Grand Canyon leading Colorado with 2:31 left in the third quarter. Apply that sunscreen. The sun is peeking out from behind the clouds in Boulder, Colorado. 300 days of sun here at 5,345 feet of Rocky Mountain high altitude right under the Flatirons in beautiful Boulder, Colorado. Ben Willows starts with it for the Buffs. Move it around, and Davis Barker controls on the left side on the pass over to Kyan Reno. And a shot and a save by Grand Canyon. Long stretch pass controlled by the Lopes. Taken now by number 15, Kyle Cruz. Cruz likes to dance. And Cruz might as well be running a marathon. Guy runs more than anyone else on the team. Kyan Peterson. Quick change by Grand Canyon. Forces the start of the play. Right side shot and a goal. Play out in front. Put home by 32, Logan Phillips. Off the pass from Cody Clark, and that all started at midfield with the substitution, forcing the play to start. 3-goal lead for Grand Canyon, and any momentum Colorado had with this solid third quarter has now gone away. 99 seconds left in the third. Grand Canyon controls. They'll pass it back and start out this possession from way deep in their own zone. Vincente over the midfield line, left side. No one's in the Colorado net right now as Russell Riley came all the way out to attack this play. Now a play out in front, shot from Warrants, and it goes wide. Had a wide open cage and a shot lane to boot, but could not take advantage. Yet there was a flag thrown, and it seems like it's going against the Buffs. Illegal body check. It's a minute-long penalty for Colorado, and it's assessed to Galen Sloss with 1:12 left in the third quarter. This essentially gives Grand Canyon a man up for the rest of the third quarter, and last time they had the man up, they scored just a few minutes ago. Again, big spot. Colorado has to keep themselves in the game here. Cody Clark with the ball. Clark's been very active this afternoon. Cruz with it behind the net. They spin around from Peterson. Warts. Clark. Left side, Phillips. Cruz. He might be taking the last shot here. Warrants, left side shot. And that one was slick. Too hot to handle for anybody, but Russell Riley does make the stop as it deflects out of bounds. 12 seconds left on the man up, 23 seconds left in the third quarter. And Grand Canyon on the left side. Phillips spins, shakes free of his defender. Clark with the shot and the goal. 4-goal lead for Grand Canyon, 2 straight man-up goals for the Lopes, and it's 11-7 Lopes with 14 seconds left before the fourth quarter. Buffs are in a really bad position here. There is only 3 more seconds left on the man-up for Grand Canyon. Colorado just could not hold them off any longer. Look for Grand Canyon to become super passive here. Buffs off the face-off. Left side towards the net. Grand Canyon's goaltender makes the stop and will run behind his net and eat some clock. Whistle comes, 4 seconds for the Buffs to work with. Quick play towards the net, and a loose ball ends up out of bounds. 11-7, Grand Canyon leads after 3. We'll be back for the fourth quarter of action on Buff Sports Live. I'm Jake Shapiro. See you in a sec. Back for the fourth and final quarter here in Boulder, Colorado, between the 6-1 Grand Canyon Lopes and the 6-1 Colorado Buffaloes on their home field, down 4 goals, 11-7 as we start play here. Buffs are going to need a heck of an effort to come back in this one. Loose ball still off the initial face-off, picked up with Grand Canyon, 10 seconds eloped there. Now Grand Canyon controlling. Jordan Vicente. Kyle Cruz. Sure, Grand Canyon will take as much time as they possibly need. No sense in not if you're the Lopes. Logan Phillips. Back out to Kyan Peterson. All the way on the logo. They've had the ball for 30 seconds and they've gone backwards with it. Peterson makes a juke move on Jack Polk. Frees his right hand while carrying it with his left. Now sets a screen for Cody Clark. Clark stepping towards the middle of the field. Will have to pull up on the right side. Well defended there by Ben Paltz. Clark steps off to the right side on the Pac-12 logo. And now Clark on the back pass over to Weingrick, middle of the field. Play is developing here and taken away by Colorado briefly, and finally they retain possession. Buffs down the near side. Nick Cottrell. Pass tipped. It goes out of bounds. Colorado ball, 13-15 left in the fourth. Quick play out in front. Wharton puts it in off the post on the far side. Wharton saw a quick developing play from Carter Escueda, and Wharton picks up his first goal of the game, his first since winning the game for the Buffs in overtime last week. And now it's a 3-goal game for Colorado, certainly doable with 13-12 left in the fourth quarter at 11-8. Face-off could determine a lot here. Buffs with a good effort. Ball loose towards the Buffs end, and Grand Canyon will pick it up. Number 11, Ryan Hisson with a good effort. Ball comes free for a brief second. Grand Canyon takes it right back. Cody Clark on the far side will slow up for the Lopes. Tosses it behind the net as the Lopes will work into their offense. Down deep in the corner. Vicente with it. Over to 23, Kyan Peterson. Left side. Colorado tips this ball away. Russell Riley behind his own cage comes out and grabs it. Throws it to his defenseman on the near side, and Nick Cottrell will pick it up. Cottrell throws it up midfield. Now Ekadal with it. Ekadal towards the net, throws it to the near side. Escueda spinning, thought about shooting, fakes it, now throws a pass over to the left side, and it goes out of bounds. Couldn't take advantage there as he was trying to find his buddy Ben Wharton, the guy who just scored the last goal for Colorado. Buffs will apply some full field press. Goaltender with a long stretch pass to the near side for Wartz. Wartz steps out of bounds. Great defensive play there by Colorado's Cameron Babin to force him out. And Paulitz throws it in. Quick pass up to the near side for Escueda. Escueda finds his teammate Polk. Jack Polk spinning, shifting, and shimmying and stepping backwards. Right side. Neuenbauer. Back behind the net. Ben Wharton. He'll take a few steps. Coolis, far side. Coolis gets it right back on the give and go. Coolis controlling, right side. Again for Neuenbauer. Brock Neuenbauer staggers on. Far side, now steps behind the net. Wharton, quick in front, shot, and a goal. That one again from number 22, Carter Escueda, the second leading point getter for Colorado. His first of the afternoon puts it between the legs of Brad Hookham, and it's 11-9 with 10:51 left in the fourth quarter, and Colorado with 2 goals here in the first 4 minutes and 10 seconds of the fourth quarter to get themselves back into this ball game. Face off, hard fought, won by Grand Canyon backwards. And intercepted by Colorado. John Roach towards the net right side. Play out in front, couldn't connect with Wharton, and it goes out of bounds. A huge opportunity that Colorado could not capitalize. Ended up right in the stick of Wharton, or in Roach, just could not see that. And they tried to find Wharton, perhaps one too many passes there from the Buffaloes, and Roach should have fired it towards the net. Loose ball towards the logo, and a good force by Colorado, picked up by Jackson Marlowe. Buffs will slow it up a bit. Escueda, left side, steps behind the net. Escueda around. He just scored. He's a dangerous man. You don't want to see him get hot either, and his shot goes wide. It'll stay with Colorado. Reno, Davis, Barker that is, Davis Barker. Right side, Willows. Willows towards the net, gets shoved off his line, gives it over to John Roach. Up top, Davis Barker. Around. And then gives up to Willow. Barker once more. Powerful move towards the net. Saved 5-hole by Brad Hookham. He read that shot all the way. Grand Canyon on the far side. Waiting for the troops to join the attack. Exactly 9 minutes left in this game. 2-goal game for Colorado. They got to come back. Maybe a bit early for Grand Canyon to be eating some clock, but definitely time is on their side. Warrants takes a few big licks from the stick of Nick Cottrell. Warrants again. Right side for Weingruck. Another substitution for Grand Canyon. And Weingruck to the left side. Cody Clark behind the net, loses it briefly, and it goes out of bounds off of Grand Canyon. It'll be Colorado ball. Another mistake for Grand Canyon. Mistakes have been costly. Colorado just have not been able to capitalize on them yet. Buffs on the right side. Coolis. Around Willows now. Willows stepping towards the net on the near side. Shifty move, shot, and a beautiful save from Brad Hookham. Colorado picks up another loose ball. Jackson Marlowe was off sides for that ball. Fans did not like it. 7:37 left in the fourth. And time is of the essence. Both these teams 6-1 this season. Colorado's chasing down BYU in their conference or division. They need all the wins they can get, especially on their home field here. Loaded back half of the season at home. Had a good start to the season. Do not want to let that go by the wayside as Grand Canyon is trying to avenge their loss in Fort Collins from Thursday night. Lost 7-6 in overtime. Finally get going on their offensive possession. Welter. Weinbrook. Welter again. Right side, spinning around, stepping around, and then moving towards the middle. Welter on the run, not attempting the net. Spencer. Spencer Tate. And they reset up top. And the shot clock's on. That's why the fans are happy. 6:25 left in the fourth. Cody Clark, 16 left on the clock. Behind the net, Clark spinning around on the far side, chased by two Buffs defenders. And the ball goes out of bounds. The shot clock helped the Buffaloes certainly there. 6:04 left in the fourth. Colorado trailing by 2. Cottrell, far side, pass upfield to Koulis. Buffs on the attack. Koulis, right side, in the number 24 jersey, white. Black lettering, and then they pass it back out to Willie Gettinger. Near side, Brock Neuenbauer, stepping towards the net. Neuenbauer does not have the angle. He'll pass it around. Quick shot from Escueda goes out of bounds. And Colorado keeps possession with 5:36 left in the fourth. Probably need a goal on this possession. Left side, Neuenbauer, up top. Thought about a shot, instead to the right. Here comes the shot, and here comes the goal. Willie Gettinger, the sophomore from Gilman High School, throws this one in the back of the net, cutting Grand Canyon's lead in half once more, and it's 11-10 with 5:27 left in the fourth quarter as the Lopes are on the ropes. Time certainly isn't that big of a factor anymore. Grand Canyon needs to add to their lead now. Can't just sit back and eat clock. Especially with the refs' willingness to add the shot clock into the mix. We just saw in the last possession, Colorado with a good effort here on the faceoff. Goes back to the Grand Canyon side. Still a loose ball. Polk won't be able to jump on it. Grand Canyon is. And it ends up in Cruz's stick. Cal Cruz on the pass back.
1 minute, put the clock on. Let's go. 1 minute.
Kyan Peterson just holding it on the far side. Peterson now stepping in towards the net. Grand Canyon likes these late substitutions, trying to force the play behind the play. And Hisson steps on, takes the ball. We'll move back towards midfield. 4:40 left in the fourth. Buffs need a stop. And a whistle behind the play. And Colorado gets the ball. Paulitz on the near side for the Buffaloes. Stepping in towards the middle. Paulitz with a shot, and it goes wide. It'll stay with Colorado as Wharton was the closest man to the ball. 1 goal game. Buffs can tie it here with 4:20 left in regulation. Roach, left side, spinning, protecting the ball with his stick and body, using all of that 5-foot frame, and they'll throw it to the right side for Ben Willows. Down low to Roach. His bounce shot never got in on net. Wide open cage for Wharton, and he got essentially tackled as the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Buffaloes, but Wharton Can't be too happy about that. He got mugged. Has to go over to the bench because his helmet was taken off, and that's not helpful for the Buffs, as Wharton's one of their better scorers, and they certainly need a goal on this possession. Escueda will start off from behind. 4 minutes left. Escueda behind the net, moves over to the near side. To the right, Davis Barker, and then Ben Willows. Willows wants to switch with Reno, and Reno will not oblige, moving down the near side, shot, and he scores to the wide side, beating the Grand Canyon goaltender, Hookham, and it's tied at 11 apiece with 3:40 left in regulation. The Buffs wanted to run a switch play up top. Reno saw he had the advantage moving down the near side and just pushed it right towards the net and beat the goaltender to the far side. Maybe it's the altitude, but Grand Canyon has let their lead go. And Colorado's now in a great position for a huge comeback win. Loose ball in the middle. Bodies everywhere. Ball ends up in a Grand Canyon stick. Vincente will pass it back out. Cruz will point guard this play. Warts. On the right side, Warts still with it. Taking step by step. I can count the steps. He's moving so slow. Warts on the right side. Now stepping in. Behind the net, Cruz. Left then right. Slowing it down, Marlowe chasing him. Cruz will eat it on the far side. Fans want a shot clock. 2:39 left in regulation time, 11-11. Phillips way out. Gets stifled by the Colorado defense. Loose ball towards the midfield line, picked up by the Buffaloes. Checked away briefly. Nice pass up on the bounce to number 6, Ben Paulitz. Paulitz towards the midfield line, a shot, and instead of bouncing off the grass, it hit the back of a defender. Colorado will keep the ball. Luckily, everyone's okay. And 11-11, Colorado has the ball. Big possession. 2 minutes left in regulation. Davis Barker on the pass back. Marino. Willows. Shot, scores! Ben Willows gives Colorado the lead at 12-11 with 110 seconds left in regulation. Down 4 goals, Colorado has stormed back to give themselves the lead with less than 2 minutes to go here in Boulder. And all that effort in the second half has paid off as the Buffs have just picked up the intensity as the minutes have gone along in this contest. Ball loose on the draw, picked up by Colorado. Huge win. Jackson Marlowe picking up another loose ball, hit away from him. Escueda takes a check, loses his stick, and now Grand Canyon with the ball. Less than 100 ticks left in this contest. Right side, Grand Canyon advancing towards the net. And on the far side, the pass goes wide. It'll be Colorado's ball as it went out of bounds. A miscommunication for Grand Canyon. A bit too anxious off that draw. 70 seconds left in this one. Goalkeeper out of the net. They're doubling and trapping. There's no goalie in the net right now. They're playing defense. Pass behind the net. Dangerous one. Still loose. 1 minute exactly left on the clock. Ball picked up by Colorado right near the net by Davis Barker. And John Galvin calls a timeout for Colorado. Willows has the game winner right now if the score holds. Colorado has the ball, 53 seconds left, up 12-11 on this great contest here on Buff Sports Live as Colorado has come back on the Grand Canyon Lopes. Buff seemingly gets stronger as the minutes go along. They've won a lot of one-goal games this year. A flair for the dramatic, these Colorado Lacrosse kids. The strategy is being talked over between John Galvin and his Buffaloes and Manny Rapkin and his Lopes. Rapkin trying to avoid a second straight loss for Grand Canyon. Loss earlier this week on Thursday in Fort Collins was their first loss of the season. They're 6-1. Colorado, meanwhile, is on a 4-game heater as they are also 6-1, trying to extend that to 5 games. They've got 2 more home games this week, Tuesday and Thursday, too. So a huge opportunity for Colorado to make up some ground on BYU in the RMLC standings. And it all starts with right now, this final 53 seconds. Can Colorado hang on to this lead of 1 goal with the ball? It is set up for the Buffaloes to win this, but that's why they play the game. Russell Riley goes back into his net. And Russell Riley may factor in big here. Goalkeeper for Colorado. Grand Canyon showing a double team. The goaltender is not in his net. In fact, they don't even have a goalie on the field, I don't believe. They do not. Right side, Reno for Colorado, spinning away from the defenders. Reno all the way down into the corner, evading checks. 20 seconds gone since we started this, and with 30 seconds left, Grand Canyon takes control of the ball. Down a goal. Here comes Grand Canyon into the attacking zone. The Lopes. The big possession. 20 seconds now. Right side, Cruz. Can't create that shot lane. He passes it back out. Good play by Jackson Marlowe. Breaks it away off the stick of Weinkruk. He gets checked. And here comes the flag. Colorado with the ball, meanwhile, on the far side. And with 6 seconds left, it looks like the Buffs are going to walk away with this one. 2 flags on the field. Seems like it's coincidental. First one was definitely on Grand Canyon. Next one might have been on Marlowe in retaliation. Meanwhile, Marlowe just made a heck of a play defensively to break up that play, stifling Grand Canyon's perhaps last opportunity of the afternoon. Referees have a discussion at midfield. Players hanging around to hear what the call will be. All 3 officials in on this conference. Buffs leading 12-11 with 6 seconds left. Buffs did have the ball at the time the whistle blew. Referee still meeting. But it looks like the Buffs will move to 7-1 on the year. Very animated conference between these 3 officials. And And finally, over to the scores table, we'll figure out what we have. Marlowe gets one of the penalties, which we expected, which was for an illegal body check, and he gets an unsportsmanlike conduct. So Colorado has the ball, which means this one's pretty much over. The penalty goes for 1 minute against Grand Canyon's 23, Kyan Peterson. Coincidental penalties, both for a minute. And a timeout comes for Manny Rapkin. I want to thank you for joining us today on Buff Sports Live. While I have the chance, I'm Jake Shapiro on play-by-play. We've got Mitchell Sanchez, our producer and camera guy. We're on spring break too. That's why we've got the low crew today. Only one man on the broadcast, one man behind it. It's normally a 5 or 6 man operation, but hopefully we've made it work so you can see your kid, your friend, your nephew, your niece, your cousin, your brother, your sister play lacrosse, because that's what it's all about. Teams break their huddles after the timeout. Colorado will have possession. 6.1 left, up 1 goal. So we'll see how Grand Canyon attacks this. They need to get the ball back and put it in the net, as well as move about 50 yards downfield. It's quite the task for the Lopes. Ball will be on the far side over by the Pac-12 logo. You see the referee standing over there. And Roach appears like he will have the ball. Roach will have it on the far side. Be attacked instantly by 2 guys. Roach moves towards the corner and is pushed out of bounds with 1.5 seconds left. Ball is thrown the full length of the field, and that is the game. Colorado wins 12-11 after a huge comeback, down 4 goals in the second half. The Buffs pick up a win against Grand Canyon, dropping the Lopes to 6-2 and moving the Buffaloes to 7-1. Thanks for tuning in to Buff Sports Live. I'm Jake Shapiro. We'll have Tuesday's game for you right here as well. buffsports.live/lax. We will see you next time.